what other card does this guy have to play? This is the only thing he could say, really. He's on a week-to-week contract, from what I understand. And maybe he's talked to Mike Evans, and Mike's told him how beautiful the weather is, and Vita doesn't want to go through any more hot games and training camp. And he played at the University of Washington, didn't he? Maybe he just likes that area better.
Gabe, don't you think he knew about the weather 2 months ago?
And 2 years ago?
But if you've ever worked out in this heat day after day after day and you get older, it ain't no fun, man. Getting older and working in this heat is no joke.
Gabe, I agree with that. I can't imagine. There's so many days where I'm driving somewhere and I see people working outside and I go, oh, my God, I don't know how they're doing that, man. It just looks awful. But he didn't just decide this overnight, that all of a sudden he's done with the weather here. It's all about trying to get the guaranteed money in the new contract, and that's it.
Yeah, and the guy played with a sore foot. I mean, he played 75% of the snaps last year. Yep. He also plays special teams. He's an intricate – I mean, everybody knows he's a talented guy. And like you said, this is the only recourse he has. I don't hate the guy. He's always been a cheerful, like Aaron said, good teammate. I mean, it's just fuel to the fire with the whole we're tanking Todd Bowles and all that other garbage. We can't just start the season on a positive note. It's always something, it seems like, in the preseason these days. Anyway, go Goons.
Thank you, Gabe the Goon. Yeah, this is frustrating.
It does feel like it could be the first ominous domino, right? Because I've been saying, like, I think this year could be a shock in both ways. I think they could be really, really good and shock everybody at how good they are. And I also think they could go into the toilet and blow this entire thing up after the season, quarterback and coach included.
It's just where the NFL becomes so interesting, and it's such a different league than anything else because things change so rapidly.
Yeah.
So rapidly where before Tom Brady got here, it was no free agents are coming to the Buccaneers. Nobody wants to be here playing for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And then Tom Brady comes and wins a Super Bowl.
Everyone wants to be here.
It's the only place people want to be. And then Baker continues success after Tom Brady, and guys like, yeah, look at what Baker's doing. I want to be a part of that. And now we're kind of coming to the other side of that where it could go either way. It could go Baker continues it. They have a revival season. They make the playoffs, maybe win a playoff game, go further, and they become a destination again and desirable. But right now they're on the side of, all right, Mike Evans decided just to – Mike Evans could have – he's still going to be a legend here forever, but could have started, ended his career here, and been one of the best of all time.
Also, if you're outside looking in and you heard Mike say at one point that he would be here his entire career, and then all of a sudden he wants out, you're like, well, why?
And then
what's going on there that Mike went from I'm staying here my entire career to, you know what, nah.
And then you add that to Vita Vea requesting a trade and saying, I want out. I'm not going to throw the Levante David retiring thing into this because anyone that paid attention last year saw that Levante David was ready. It was time for Levante to hang it up.
Yeah, if you think Levante David retiring was about anything other than Levante David, you're wrong.
On the text line, guys, if Vita thought we had a legitimate shot at the Super Bowl this year, he's not requesting a trade. If Evans thought we had a legitimate shot, he never leaves. If David thought this, he doesn't retire. These three things are related in that way, whether you like it or not. I disagree with that.
Yep.
I disagree with that completely. Guys, this is about money. That's what it's about.
I'll say this. Levante David, I do, like we both just said, I think was just simply like he's done, and he knew it. Mike Evans,
it's a different situation with Mike.
I do believe Mike Evans left because he didn't leave for the money. He left for I think a new challenge.
Could have gotten more money here from the reports.
Yes, I think it was for a new challenge, and I imagine a place he thought he could win. For Vita Vea, it is strictly a guaranteed contract he's after, and he wanted it 2 months ago. And if they gave it to him 2 months ago, we wouldn't be having this conversation. It has nothing to do with Super Bowl aspirations. As a matter of fact, Vita's part of that defense where there's a lot of juice right now. Now, who knows if it pays off, but in that room, they have a lot of belief that they're going to be dangerous defensively. And I guarantee you Vita believes that. He just wants money.
I also think just because you requested a trade doesn't mean that the fences can't be mended. They certainly can be mended with money. Money mends fences.
Yeah, the trade request is about in my opinion, this is not a fact. He looks at it, his agent looks at it like the Buccaneers are not going to give us the deal we want, so we have to go to somebody who will. It's as simple as that. And if the Buccaneers would give us that deal, we'd just resign here.
888-388-0957. Sam Cohen, our executive producer. Text line's coming in pretty hot right now. What are some of the texts we're seeing?
We got from the 813, this is part of the game that I hate. I'm glad I didn't renew my season tickets.
Wow. That's a very angry fan today.
We also had from the 727, Vita is great, went in there, but he had several minor injuries keeping him out of the lineup, which isn't completely true. He did play in every game.
And Gabe was right. He played like 75% of the snaps. For a guy that big, you can't ask for much more than that. I mentioned it. He missed 0 games last year, 1 game the year before that, 2 games the year before that, and 3 games the year before that. If I had to do math real quick, that's 6 games in 4 years.
Get to a couple more texts from the goons here, Sam.
From the 704, I'd have a lot more respect for him if for training camp he held completely out and stayed away from the team and it wasn't trying to be a distraction. But instead, he's going to show up, cross his arms, sit in the back corner, and say, I'm not doing anything. And this guy is supposed to be our veteran team leader on defense.
I hate that. I feel what you're saying, and that text I understand in a way, but I hate that I will say this. It's just how these things go. Like, this is just how these things go. Like, this is normal. We see it every single year, and not from the Buccaneers. We see this on teams every single training camp.
There's 89 dudes that are going to be in camp with Vita Vea, right? If there's 90 guys there's 89 other dudes. And I promise you, from Baker Mayfield to guy number 89, they're worried about what they have to do. They're worried about their own job. Some of them are worried about just making this football team and or putting out some tape to get to another football team. These guys are worried about their own livelihoods, and Vita Vea could be there. And I'm telling you this, if he is, he's going to be encouraging guys. He's going to be a positive. He is not going to be a distraction. Nobody gets distracted by these things. These guys are professionals, and they've got so much on their own plate. They're installing new things on offense and on defense. They're in the classroom as much as they're out on that football field. And I'm telling you, there's not one of them that is in a drill going, oh, what's Vita Vea doing over there on the sideline? It doesn't happen.
Vita Vea, oddly enough, spoke with Kay Adams on Up and Adams yesterday morning. Then the
Why
news...
would you do that interview yesterday, by the way?
You know, you make up a great point. He goes on with Kay. He makes up with I makes up. He goes out on with Kay Adams. The morning of this news coming out hours later, and by the way,
he's got to know.
Of course he knows. Like you said, this is his agent, which is fine. This is coming from his agent. His agent's got to know. I'm assuming that he's doing this interview. I would hope.
Very weird. And if you're going to do it and you're going to go on there, just say it. Just say what?
Right.
Just say it. Because going on an interview to not say anything and beat around the bush just looks weird.
Here's what Vita Vea did have to say with Kay Adams.
Have you sent a gift, maybe even a couple Madden games to Green Bay yet to thank them for resetting the market?
Definitely them. I sent one to them and definitely one to Tennessee.
It's kind of nice, right? It's like Devontae Wyatt, thank you very much. What is the holdup? And I love Mr. Light. I love him. I love him so much. Are you going on the boat? Have you been on the boat? Get on the boat. Let's go.
I'm not sure. I think we'll see what's going on.
Vita, what could be going on? How close are you to getting this thing done? I don't want this to be a storyline.
I don't know. I hope we're close. My fingers are crossed. I think.
We're hours away from.
My fingers are crossed. I think
we're hours away from this being a major storyline. She's like, I don't want this to be a storyline, and he's in his head's like, we're there. We're hours away from doing it.
It was very funny. I'm crossing my fingers. I think it's very funny. But why would you do that interview?
That's the question. That's a really good question. Is why would you do that interview on the day of that news is coming out. You have to know it. You can hear it in his voice. He knows everything that's going on. Why, in God's name, would you go on TV? When was the last time I haven't seen Vita Vea do an interview in a while, personally.
Yeah, he doesn't do a ton of them.
So,
right?
That's the day you decide to do it, and then you beat around the bush like that? You're right, Pat. If you're going to go on and do it that day, break it with her and go, hey, actually, here's what's going to happen here is that if we don't get this deal done soon, and I mean within a couple hours, I'm actually going to request a trade.
Yeah.
I'd respect him a lot more for that.
Would have made more sense. He looked goofy. Do you think she forgot Jason Light's name?
Yeah, Mr. Light.
You know I love Mr. Light.
Yeah.
That, to me, that's a Pat Donovan movie.
Who says Mr.
Right?
Mr. Light?
I'll throw in like a weird Mr. or I'll just throw out a last name sometimes because you know me, I'm good with names. Jose Mesa Jr., Antonio Winfield Jr.
Yeah.
I guess if there's a junior at the end of your name, I might F up the beginning of your name. But like that Mr. Light, I was like, she forgot his name was Jason.
I hope we're close. My fingers are crossed. I don't know. I don't love how that all went down.
There's something hilarious about my fingers are crossed, I think. Did you look down after that to check?
Ndamukong Suh and Vita Vea, they work out in the offseason. They're close.
Is this Suh's fault?
Ndamukong Suh, I don't think it's his fault, but he had some words to say about the situation. He posted them to social media. Here's Suh's words.
I've never understood why teams want to wait until the last minute to have discussions or create even further tension in a relationship where it could just be easily clear, clean communication. But why wait till the last minute? To me, it's very, very odd to why not say, if this is a cornerstone player of your organization, somebody that's helped you win a championship, multiple Pro Bowls, and has an opportunity to still play at a very, very high level for your organization. If you value them, you tell them that, and let's figure out a mutual relationship versus waiting to the very last minute. And who in their right mind would go to a job and have no guarantee of what their salary is going to be? Like, to me, I'm not going to go work out for free and play for free, and you wouldn't just show up to work for free.
What's interesting about that to me is he mentioned a couple of times, why would you wait until the very last minute? And if just about anybody else says that, I kind of blow it off because I don't know that that's what they did, right? How do I know that they haven't been working on this for a while and now some random NFL Network dude says, well, why are you waiting until the last minute? When, as you noted, the dude who Vita Vea works out with says they waited till the last minute. That's coming from a place of knowledge, in my opinion. So why did we wait, Jason Light? Like, if we're not going to get it done, that should be the expectation, right? Or if you're not, like, if there's a cap, hey, here's the best we can do for you, Vita Vea, then let them know that early on instead of getting to here where it's the day before training camp and all of a sudden we're requesting a trade.
He's also not playing for free, though. Like, it's not guaranteed.
Yeah.
But he's not. He makes it sound like he's coming to work and he's doing it for free, and that's
he's
just not.
$17 million.
He is getting $17 million, and that's not going away. I mean, obviously, if he gets hurt, then there's a different conversation as far as how it works with the injured reserve and how they move him around. But he's not playing for free. Nobody in this league, legally, you don't play for free. You're not allowed to.
Yeah, and he's basically saying he's not guaranteed to continue to get paid, but you're right. It's not free. I thought that was especially for a guy like Ndamukong Suh.
So smart.
Who is a legitimate genius.
Boys with Warren Buffett.
Like, the guy is brilliant. For him to put it that way, I was a little bit surprised.
But that's his way of saying, you're not playing for guaranteed money. You're essentially playing for free, which is so not true.
Yeah.
But
Can I go play for free this season?
Yeah.
I'll take a couple of those game checks, right? Just put me on the sidelines. I'll wear the pads. I'll look ridiculous, but I'll take those paychecks.
But, these negotiations and what's happening right now requesting a trade, it happens. It's not normalized, but it happens. We see it. We saw it with Myles Garrett a couple years ago, right? And they didn't even trade him at that point.
No,
Eventually
they gave him the bag.
Correct. So
different, not as long in the tooth as Vita Vea.
Right.
And, oh, by the way, a generational talent. Like, Myles Garrett's the best defensive football player I've seen in a long time.
But to think a guy can request a trade and that has to be it, you can't have him on your team anymore, the relationship's broken. It's just not the case. It's not the case.
Silly.
So, and these are part of the negotiations. This is just how it goes. This is unfortunately how it goes right now, and fans are the ones who have to deal with the angst of what's going to happen with a guy that is so valuable. 888-388-0957 if you want to jump aboard. Just don't think you're going to get a lot in return for him if you trade him.
No. Like I mentioned a little bit ago, somebody texted in about, oh, well, fine, let's work a deal for Max Crosby. It ain't going to be that. It's going to be a middle-round draft pick.
It doesn't work like that.
Probably a 3 at best. Probably a 3 at best. I wouldn't even be shocked if they only got a 4. I think they'll get a 3. I'd be shocked if they got a 2. They're definitely not getting a 1 for a guy at Vita Vea's age. It's just not going to happen. But I wouldn't trade him at all. I said it in the first hour. I'd say, hey, Vita, sorry about your luck, but you're not getting the deal you want. I might have a deal for you. I don't know what Jason Light is willing to do. I might have a deal for you, but it's not the one you want. But you're not getting traded because there's no value in it for us right now, and it could turn – like, if think about if you're Jason Light and you do love Todd Bowles and you want Todd Bowles around, you're really hamstringing him defensively to go trade Vita Vea because you're not getting better at that position.
Let's go to Eric in Tampa. What's up, Eric?
And, the bottom line is, as a Bucs fan and as an organization, it's great to be in the conversation. When you got guys like Vita Vea, they keep you in the conversation. And then every 3-4 years, you might go over the top with the right moves, but if you let him go or if you let him get out of town, it starts setting that bad precedent that we were in for such a long time. It's vital to keep them kind of guys around as long as they're productive, and Vita is productive. If you watch this guy, hey, listen, every game I watch him, and when I go to the stadium for every home game, listen, he's a premier defensive tackle in this league. So those don't come through all the time, and we don't have anybody else on our roster who is a premier defensive tackle. Hey, unfortunately, guess what? The business side of it is, guess what? You got to pay him. You got to pay him. So, I guess what? Don't invest your money in players that are unproven. This guy's proven for you. Bottom line, let's keep Vita in Tampa.
Hey, thank you, Eric. I think a lot of Bucs fans want to figure out a way to keep him in Tampa.
Are you sure that was Eric?
That's what his name said.
That's what it said?
Yeah, why?
Do you think he called in under an alias?
Who do you think it was?
Kind of sounded a little bit like our friend Gerald McCoy.
We've done this before. We've had him on before, and we've said he sounded like Gerald McCoy.
Really?
Yes.
Well,
what if he is calling in? What if it is him?
Listen, 12 hours ago, this is the tweet from Geraldini93, or Gerald McCoy, as you might know him in real life. My first assignment of the season is in Tampa. Now I have to sit on camera and act like I'm not annoyed this is happening to us. That's Gerald McCoy 12 hours ago on X.
Sam, can you find that guy's number?
It's right there.
I don't have it in front of me. I got rid of him.
You don't know how to use the phone thing? There's a little thing up in the top right-hand corner where you can look at the history.
I have it. I'm not going to say it on the air.
But call him is what I want. I want to call him back.
Well, no, all right.
I want to call him back later. Call him off the air. Let's find out if that is here. He's calling back actually right now. I'm throwing him right on the air.
Is he going to say I'm not Gerald McCoy?
Is this you calling him or is this him calling, Sam?
Him calling.
Is this Gerald McCoy?
Definitely not Gerald McCoy. I just told him the last time we talked about the Bucs that I'm not Gerald McCoy. Listen.
Yeah, you know what, though? I feel like Gerald McCoy, calling as Eric would say, he's not Gerald McCoy.
Right?
Listen, Eric from Tampa, class of 1986, Thomas Jefferson High School. Listen. No, I'm not Gerald McCoy.
Aaron, does the number start with a 4?
I can't see that.
No, it starts with 813.
All right.
I just told you, class of Thomas Jefferson High School.
All right, Gerald, whatever you say, dude. Whatever you say, Gerald McCoy.
Right.
Yeah.
Hey, listen. If Gerald McCoy, if you could polygraph me right now, you'd be like, man, this dude definitely ain't Gerald McCoy because he was one of the
Hey, thank you for calling back, Eric. We believe you. You're Eric. He's Eric. Thank you, Eric.